Well, first intern checked in. Time to lock another casualty. Success story.
Nuts, 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 nuts,
Want some heat of bass?
In a village where silence is sacred. One house. Drop the bass.
Everyone whispers, tiptoes and prays. Curtains drawn tight for those silent days. But down on the end where the glow sticks ignite lives a house that raves through the night. 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, bro! Quiet down, they plead and shout. But Bob just yells, let's warm it out.
Neighbors cringe, they duck and sob.
Too late now, you've triggered Bob. Owns, 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 owns. Owns, 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 owns.
Bob's the house that don't stop. Front porch rises with a midnight drop. Windows flashing, no plans to stop. Fridge rumbles deep with a midnight thump. Tea with a twist of glow stick foam. Bob's got lasers in every dome. Headphones blasting off the chain. Blasting dub inside the window pane. Where BYOB means bring your own boyfriend. You won't arrive with one, but you might leave with 10.
Now it's time to drop the word.
Who's the house? Who won't stop? Who won't stop? Who got banned from neighborhood watch?
Please enjoy your stay in the Quiet Village.
Unless you're Bob.
The Ballad of Dick Charming. A mighty foe came to the rift, squeaking and oinking. He zoomed across the land, treating everyone like a plaything. He disrupted politics, he disrupted trade, he disrupted bowel movements. Everyone felt afraid. A cry for help went across the wide area. No part was left untouched. It was mass hysteria. A man wondered in heeding the mighty call. A charming dick came to release us from the pig's thrall. The land had a need to be freed from this fiend from Guinea. Dick got up and came into the rift. He couldn't leave those in need adrift. His companions weren't friends. They enforced their support and initiated an escort mission. And he was the escort. Dick was first joined by the mage, which increased his luck. Next he broke down the defenses of the archer, full of pluck. They saved a quiet village and managed to not kick the bucket. They traveled across the lands, determined not to mess it. One last companion to find before the final showdown, to release her from her cold reception. Flames raised the town. With the group made whole, there was just one challenge left to face. They traveled together to the imposing castle to blast that pig into space. The land had a need to be freed from this fiend from Guinea. Dick got up and came into the rift. He couldn't leave those in need adrift. His companions weren't friends. They enforced their support and initiated an escort mission. And he was the escort. His companions weren't friends. They enforced their support and initiated an escort mission. And he was the escort. Dick Charming.
Neon wheels are spinning fast. Tiny feet, a blur, they dash in a world of chrome and flash.
Circuits hum, the gears align. Little warriors, they define a revolution. Wheel in time.
All right, fam. Good afternoon. It is good to be here with you. Welcome, welcome in. Let me get myself right up on screen. Fam, welcome. Cheryl, good morning. Elfie, good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mr. Smoke, welcome in. Good to see everybody. Welcome, 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 Kira. Good afternoon, sis. Good afternoon. Good to see everybody. Fam, we're going to have a fun one today. I will talk about yesterday a little bit and let you know exactly what happened. Today, we are going to ride the struggle bus, but not in a bad way, okay? Today is day one of me learning how to use Tiled. And we're starting with the basics. We're going to start with actually the overworld map. What I'm going to do, fam, is I'm going to take our overworld map, recreate it in Tiled as closely as I can, see where the pitfalls are, and then we'll start to figure out some things from there. I want to switch over to using Tiled to make the maps with as opposed to the in-engine map builder because you can do so much more with it here. You can combine tile sets. You can do whatever it is you want to do. You're not just limited to what you dropped into the engine. So we're gonna try to duplicate the overworld map, see how far we can get with that, see where we're gonna run into problems, where we need to put placeholders, that kind of thing, and then work our way through those issues as well. I've already installed a plugin into the engine that'll allow us to move the maps over to that, which will also be part of this learning process. So this is going to slow things down a touch. However, absolutely worth it because it's an external program. So not only can I use it, but anybody on the team will be able to use it to make maps if they want to. So we're going to see if we can't figure some of this out today. That's going to be the fun part. Oh, yeah. Oh, everybody wondering why Mr. Smoke has been here before. This must be a new user account, I'm assuming. That's what I'm guessing anyway. I mean, because, you know, I understand the questions. As mods and streamers, we can see how old an account is. So it's like, Lavender, how are you? It's good to see you. Speedy, welcome in as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mr. Smoke, how have you been? Being serious about all this, how have you been? Did you let your other account go or? Oh my gosh, fam. Welcome, welcome again. Today we're going to be working on maps. We're going to be learning a new map program. It's going to be a little bit of a struggle bus today, fam. This is my first day really working with this software. I've looked into certain things and kind of dabbled with it a little bit. This is going to be our first time actually trying to build an entire map out of it. So we need a map song. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But I thought, fam, again, because it's so simple, the best place to start would be the overworld map for Demage's Rift. We'll see if we can copy it. Wherever I need to leave placeholders, we'll leave placeholders. And then we'll take it from there. I already ran into 2 pitfalls that I figured out how to get around them, so that's good. At one point, I couldn't draw on the map at all, and I'm like, why aren't these tools working? About a year ago or so. Working away in Dubai for 8 months. Oh, back now. Oh, you forgot your account details? No worries. So how are things over in Dubai? Was everything good? Did you have a good time over there? And are you back permanently now? Is I guess would be the follow-up questions. Sis, you're welcome, love. You are welcome. Fam, quick shout out. What Sis is talking about, just so there's no mystery, I did help Sis out with her fourth wall page again today. Got her membership set up, got a few things set up for her. Got some merch straightened around. Descriptions, names, that kind of stuff. Did all kinds of things today. Got it all nice and helped her get it really set up. So it was awesome. And yeah, I'm back permanently. Oh, ready to game again. Nice. Well, Mr. Smoke, welcome back. Oh, Sarge, I'm sure. It's Felly. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sarge, thank you for stopping in and saying hi. I understand. Whatever you've got to do, go do it. Finish it up. Get it out of your mind. It's so awesome to see you on stream again. Your official intern shirt is lovely. Good. Good. I have lunch. Oh, time to watch it now. Nice, felly. Very nice. Fam, what happened? You can't be on the ride unless you're this tall. Oh, man. Mr. Smoke, yeah. We do. We play, we actually normally play that on Friday nights. And it's kind of taking over more of the YouTube side of things. What's going to actually be happening this week, fam, very much right on topic here. This week, I already talked to the Agents of Chaos. This week, instead of jumping into Fallout 76, we're going to actually jump into Phasmo. We're going to bring the characters into Phasmophobia this week. As we're getting close to Halloween, we want to start doing some spoopy stuff, and that's what we're going to work on. If all goes to plan, we're hoping that this week will be Phasmophobia. Next week, we're hoping to get into either Repo, if we can all get it, or Lethal Company, which we all already have. And the week after that, again, if all goes to plan, fam, this is kind of a major purchase right now. But if all goes to plan, we'll do a little bit of Little Nightmares 3 the week after that. Check's height. Damn it, off by an inch. Yeah. Yep, Cheryl, we're going to take, we actually had at our meeting last Sunday, fam. I don't mind telling you all this. At our meeting last Sunday, I said, I'm ready to start jumping into some other games, especially this weekend. There is actually, for the next 2 weekends, there's really very little going on in Fallout 76 in terms of like major events and otherwise. After that, you start to get back into more and more stuff that's going to be going on closer to Halloween. But I'm like, let's jump into this. And Little Nightmares 3, by the way, that is a game series I have loved from day one. I bought Little Nightmares the day it launched, the first one. Got the collector's edition of the second one. The PS4 collector's edition. I have it on PC now, too. And PC is where I'll probably play the third one. And we'll stream it. As long as I can afford these, we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll still be here. We'll just might end up playing a different game that night. One or the others. About to launch, Felly. It's about to launch, and it looks amazing. 2-player online co-op this time. You can play it solo still with AI, or it can be 2-player online co-op now. I love it. I love it. The whole game is just so incredible. The second one actually gave me a couple moments where I choked up a little bit because I realized what was happening. And I'm like, no, I won't spoil it, fam. But there are some, if you play the games in order, especially when you get to the second one, there's a couple of real heartbreaking moments in there for sure. For sure. Can't wait for the new Fallout to drop. It'll be a bit, but we'll get there. Kira, I don't know. It doesn't look like it. It looks new. It looks like they're using a new set of characters this time. Because between 1 and 2, I think they finalized that particular storyline. I'm not sure. They keep a lot of secrets close to their chest until you actually play the game. So, based on what I've seen so far, it looks, again, different characters and all that. It looks like kind of a new setup. Still that same haunting, beautiful animated style, though. That almost like claymation kind of style, but not quite. Really cool. Really, really cool. Mr. Smoke, no, actually. Do I think GTA 6 will be that wow? We've been talking about that a lot. And I really, no. No, the hype was real. It was looking good. I did not mind the fact that they had to keep putting delays in because they had to do that for 5 too, and 5 turned out fantastic. But the more and more information we're getting about 6, I have to admit the less interested I become. And I was interested too. I've been one of those that always buys GTA on launch day. I don't think so this time. I'm going to take a wait and see approach. It sounds to me like they're having a lot of technical struggles still, which Rockstar does run into with their games from time to time. It sounds like they're having a lot of technical struggles, and until I know those have been cleared, nah. The fact that on modern consoles, they can't pull 60 frames a second, that gets a little bit tricky. I don't know if it's the high resolution or them just trying to push their engine that far or what's going on, but I have trouble with anything under 60 frames per second anymore. A game like that anyway, because it increases odds for motion sickness and all that. So, but not hitting 60, I'm really shocked. I have to admit. The other thing I don't like either is they're doing a lot of that. They want you to, in order to be able to play the game, you have to send your license in. Your driver's license or some form of ID. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that, to be honest. So, yeah, there's a lot of things they're throwing into this, and the cost on top of it. It's like a $90 or $100 game. So, like, everything kind of stacking on top of one another here, and I'm looking at all this going, I'll wait. I'm not saying no. I love GTA. I'm not saying no, but I'll wait and see what happens. If it's a matter of waiting a little bit longer to get a much smoother version, just like we did with 5, I'll do that. Because when 5 launched, fam, the same thing, 30 frames per second on both Xbox 360 and PS3, which was the first console I played that game on. Fell 8. Beautiful animation, yes. Beautiful graphics. Yeah, exactly. Fell 8, exactly. The prices, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Felly, we've talked about this before too. When you think about things like inflation, and you look at what we were paying for games like way back in the day, like go back to the NES. There were games on Super NES that launched as high as $80. Hello, Final Fantasy. Back then. Figure for inflation, look at what the cost of games would be now if they had stayed at that level. And a lot of it is because people will only pay so much for certain forms of entertainment. That's it. That's it. So they're going to need to come up with something so incredible. And they might. They might. Rockstar is good. They're going to need to come up with something so incredible that people are going to be willing to spend that on that game. That's going to be the trick. Chrono Trigger, yeah, 70 to 80. Secret of Mana, 70 to 80. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, Kira, that's what they want. They want a copy of your ID to play it. They made that. That was an official announcement. They want your ID. They want a small wad of cash. All game companies do to play their games, of course. But small wad of cash and... prepare yourself for a lower frame rate. Just a little bit until I see the game and see what, see how it plays and all that. I'm not going to jump right in. It's also even the single player side of that is also very time consuming. And I don't really have time either currently. So Kira, yeah. Fella, you know what straightens that out, though? Indie games and indie game devs have thankfully helped shape and reshape the entire gaming market. So much of what we play is indie. So much. of what we play is indie. Very rarely do I go for anything that comes down the AAA chute anymore. I'll go for Little Nightmares, which is produced by Bandai Namco, just like it was last time. GTA, maybe. That's a maybe. We'll see how it turns out and see what they do with it. We'll find out. We'll find out. Is just for the UK? I understand. We talked about this the other day, Speedy, and I understand that that's a law over there for some of the games and all that, but they announced it over here too. I'll go in and double check and take a look. But last time I looked, let me see here real quick. Let me take a quick peek, actually. Let me see. Did they clarify some things? If they did, then awesome. I can pull that one right off my list too. Okay. Okay, here's the facts so far. Okay. They are planning age verification. They have not clarified. From what I can see, they have not clarified what regions it's going to affect yet. Some of this started because the code was found. I don't know how somebody found the code, but the code was found that tied into the ID verification system. So that's where a lot of that came from. So I guess we'll have a little more digging to do. And they're Philly, yeah. Yup, it's happening all over the place. A lot of the services would like to get rid of it because a lot of people don't want to share their IDs and that information. I understand that too. Oh, freelance red team hacking? Yeah. Yeah. ID or photo for the UK. There's, yeah, Speedy, but there's more about it spreading worldwide is what's going on. And there's been no direct confirmation that I can see so far from Rockstar which way it's going to go. If they're going to leave it in place for the UK and leave the code in place to activate it if it goes worldwide, I don't know. I don't know. But they came right out and said they were going to require it from what I saw. So we'll see. We'll see, fam. All right. Fam, let's jump out to our big screen here, though, and get on with the game. Fam, this is tiled, okay? And this is going to be a little bit different. This is also going to make our map building streams a lot more fun. There's a lot of things already that I can do with this system that I can't do directly in the game engine itself. Now, this is going to be a bit of a process and a bit of a process of us figuring this out, because I can already see where there are some issues, and there may be some others that I need to load in along the way. But I can load in, like, to a project, any combination of tiles that I want and end up putting them together. So instead of having to go out, edit a tile sheet, bring it back in, I can combine tile sheets. So if I know on tile sheet 12, I need one of those tiles and I need something off of tile sheet 15 as well, instead of having to worry about combining them all, I can just load the sheets in and use whatever I need to use. As long as it's all roughly the same size and all that, we're generally good to go. Thank you, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Switched over. Thank you for saying something, Cheryl, again. I appreciate it. So what we're going to do, fam, is see what we can do in terms of getting this whole thing built, and then we'll take it from there. Now, the one thing I can see already, and this was one of the first things I had to figure out today, was even how to draw in this program. So what you can do, Fab, is you can create layers, just like you have in the engine, but you can determine what that layer is going to be. So if I want an image layer where I wanted to do a whole bunch of shading or otherwise over top, and then have the base layer underneath that, I can do that. You can tint layers. So if you want a layer to look a little bit darker or a little bit lighter, you can do that. You can also set up regions with blocks, things like that, IDs, so that it knows where you can go and where you can't. There's a lot of documentation that yours truly has to read through yet. I'm going to be spending actually a lot of time on Friday working with this and seeing if I can master it a bit better, because I want to be able to give it to the team and let the team work with it as well and let them build whatever it is they want to build. So, Freaker, how are you? It's good to see you, by the way. Welcome in. Check if the app can paint with a set of tiles based on corners and edges. We can put lights on lower layers. Yes, Kara, yes. That's why I wanted to jump to this now. Unlimited layers, unlimited. And don't get me wrong now, you don't go gangbusters. You don't do more than you need, but unlimited layers, unlimited map sizes. 3 different layer types. One is tiles, which is what we're used to. One is images. And the final one, let me just double check. Again, still learning here, fam, so. Object. That's the other one. And again, fam, I'll have a lot to learn here. Like on the object layer, if I just try to drop something in, I can't do that. If I go down to the tile layer, no problem. All I want. The other nice thing too, no more having to jump up and select a certain tile to make things go away. I just erase. But Kira, you are absolutely correct. So if we wanted to create window effects, or here's where a lot of my thought process goes. Because this is going to be the rift, and we want to be able to see through holes in the floor, cracks in reality, things like that, to either the core itself or maybe another timeline or something like that. Now we can set that up. That's actually in canon, that there will be cracks in the rift. I don't want to say too much right now, but that's part of it. So yes. And this will allow us to animate that a little bit better. One of the things I am seeing right off the bat though, as I fill these in, they don't behave like normal tiles. And I think that's what Felly was talking about. Edit polygon, select objects, insert rectangle, insert point, insert ellipse, insert polygon. Make a Twisted Child of Stardew Valley in Terraria. Yeah. I wish they could make an open world survival game where you can trade, buy, sell, marry someone, and create your own groups. And a huge community open world survival game. All with mechanics like Valheim. Philly, yes. Yes. I was waiting until you had a chance to finish that thought. Yes. And that's one of the things I have yet to learn. Obviously, like what this does right here, these are supposed to be, like I've been able to tell, like these are supposed to be part of animations. But that's something I'll have to figure out how to import. Like that's an animation, that's an animation. Different sets for the water and otherwise, for transparencies and all that, but I've got to figure out how to set all that up. You know how to do it in Godot? We'll figure it out in here. We'll figure it out. I mean, you know, just being able to do this, as crazy as this sounds, is an accomplishment. This morning I couldn't even draw on this. So, learned a lot about the different types and what layers you have selected and all of that. Now there is a landscape brush or a terrain brush, which I think is more along the lines of what you're talking about. Let me look that up real quick and see. Choose the initial map size, tile size, orientation, tile layer format. Tile render order. Only supported for orthogonal maps, or whether or not the map is infinite. All these things can be changed later as needed, so it's not important to get it right the first time. Okay. What I'm wondering is, let's see. Mr. Smoke, I don't know. RX 6500, I'm honestly not sure. MC, welcome in. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, let me check this out. Terrain brush, shortcut. Terrain brush allows for efficient editing with certain types of terrain transitions, corner-based, edge-based, or a combination. Setting up requires associating terrain information with your tiles, which is described in detail in using terrains. When editing a tile map, sometimes we don't think in terms of tiles, but rather in terrains. Areas of tiles, here we go. This is what you were, I think, what you were talking about. Areas of tiles with transitions to other kinds of tiles. Say we want to draw a patch of grass, a road, or a certain platform. In this case, manually choosing the right tiles for the various locations or connections gets tedious. The terrain brush was added to make editing the maps even easier in such cases. While Tiled has supported terrain since version 0.9, can't be used by older versions, okay. Terrain brush relies on a tile set providing one or more terrain sets. Okay, so that's what we're looking at, actually.
Subscription confirmed. HR will overlook your crimes. This time.
Grethor, thank you so much for the resub. Let me see, where are we at right now?
Well,
49 months.
First intern checked in. Time to lock another casualty. Success story.
All right, there we go. Now the bot picked up the first command as well.
Grethor's eggs, freshly laid.
Grethor, 39 months. That's almost two months over 4 years. Yes. Yes. Grethor, it's good to see you, by the way. Welcome in. Hi, Break Code. Welcome in. It's good to see you as well. According to the docs, you need to define terrain sets. Then you can use the terrain brush to put them. So what I'm wondering is, let me try this then. Not that I'm trying to shortcut what I'm reading here. No terrain set. No tile set with terrain sets available. Open a tile set with a terrain set or set up a new terrain set. Okay. Based on tile set image. It would still end up saving the same way though. So that's not going to be the way to import these then. Now, do I allow these with... There we go. Okay. No tool or engine knows what to do with any asset out of the box. If the asset wasn't programmed and included percent, yeah. Oh yeah, Felly, that I know. But some of these are already set up and saved in a certain format, so you never know what it's going to automatically pick up and what it's not. If it's not designed to specifically work with the engine you're using, though, generally no dice. Generally no dice. Okay, let's see. Corner set. Tiles that need to match neighboring tiles at their corners. Need to match neighboring tiles at their sides. Mix. Tiles that rely on matching neighboring tiles using both corners and sides. This allows a tile set to provide more variation at the cost of needing significantly more tiles. Complete set with 2 terrains has 256 tiles. But reduced sets like the 45-7 tile blob tile set can be used with this type as well. Can understand the map and automatically choose the right tiles when making edits. When necessary, so just like the engine does, when necessary, it also adjusts neighboring tiles to make sure they connect correctly. Okay. Switch to the tile set file if you're looking at the map and have the tile set selected. You can do this by clicking the small edit tile set. Okay. Edit tile set. We're there. Okay. What is next? MC it is, but it takes a bit to get used to. Like anything, it's a new tool. A lot more powerful though. So that's why I want to use it. There's a lot of fun things we want to do. There's a lot of visual effects that we're going to do, even though it's a top-down RPG. We have a lot of fun things planned for this, so I want to make sure, though, that I get more familiarized with this tool and understand it, because that way I can explain it to the team, and then we can all work forward together on it, is the idea. All right, so now that I've gotten this far, format tends to matter more for reading the file itself. You have the game design document, right? Felly, what are you referring to? That could refer to a couple of different things.
Oh, look. A new intern joined the department. This should be fun.
Mr. Smoke, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the family. Good to have you here with us. Welcome in. Again, we should say welcome back. Oh, you have a game design document. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, that we have. I'm sorry, I misread it. I misread your sentence, actually. Let me take a look here real quick. Okay, creating the terrain set. Switch to the tile set file. If you're looking at the map and have the tile set selected, you can do this by clicking small edit tile set button. Then activate terrain editing mode by clicking on terrain sets button on the toolbar. With this activated, Terrain sets view becomes visible with a button to add a new set. In this example, we'll define a quarter set. Ah, okay. So what we can do add a terrain set. This would be more of a well, this would be more of a mix set, wouldn't it? Because then that will define because that's animated. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Because these are all animated. Is there a way for me to fill this, by the way? Oh, you can use a tile collision editor, which is good. Okay, let's continue to read the directions now that I've figured a couple more things out here. You'll likely want each set to be based on each type seen in there. Mixed means the edges and quarters match. In this case, your TAM borders are likely supposed to be transparent to show the layers underneath. Set the animation in RPG Maker, otherwise you'll have multiple. Felly, set the animation in RPG Maker. What, you mean leave the animation to RPG Maker? Don't do it in this? Is that what you're saying? That would be contradictory to everything I've read on this so far. But that could be wrong. I'm just learning. That's what the plugin is supposed to handle too, by the way. Any translations that have to go on between tiled and otherwise, so. At least in my experience, you're just... Oh, painting the base map? Do you use tiled, Felly, or do you use something else? Me just say it. Corner set. Tiles that need imaginary bring tiles at their corners, of course. When adding a terrain set, the name of the new set will automatically get focus. Give the set a recognizable name. In the example, we'll type desert ground. Okay. The new set will now have one terrain added by default. Okay. If we already know we need additional ones, click the Add Terrain button to add more. Each terrain has a name, color. Okay. Oh, all right. So what's going to happen is, so in this case, let's see. Okay. So that's going to be 9 per square. So that's 145 right there. Okay. I actually want to take that out of there, though, and it doesn't want to let me do it. And then you can set it up that way. Oh, Godot's editor. Okay. By the way, I say, try to figure out. Oh, I'm trying out Mel tonight. Oh, good. A little more complex to set up than slobs. A lot less. Grethor, a lot less. A lot less, for sure. More complicated. I'm surprised to hear you say that, though. But I haven't used slobs in a long time, so I'm not sure. I am not sure. One of the other things is that it seems like once you click it, you can't unclick it. Or once it's selected, it can't be deselected is the problem. So there's another one there. I don't understand why. Oh, there we go. There's a button way down in the bottom right-hand fab. Erase terrain. That's what that is. Okay. So what we have, fam, this first set that I've highlighted. Oh, and I need to put a few more in here too. Let me switch that back around. Looks like there's a couple in here that we missed. And now it doesn't want to let me. Oh, now it wants to erase everything. And now that I've selected that, fam, it doesn't want to let me deselect that. I mean, that should just be a button that you click and unclick. So that's news to me. So now I can only erase. Now I can't draw again. There we go. Okay. We'll get back to this. Will it let me? There we go. Just want to make sure, fam, that I fill everything in here and okay. It said at this point to give it a name. We'll call it Water 1. Now, what does it want us to do? Note that for a corner set, we can only mark the corners of the tiles. For an edge set, we're limited to marking the edge. If we need both, we need to use a mix set. Turns out if we chose the wrong type of terrain set, we can still change the type and the properties. Okay. With the terrain set we want to mark selected, we can still change the type of the properties view, right click, terrain set properties. Okay, take a look. Can't unclick the button, Felly. No, that was part of the problem. I had to actually click off onto another layer and click back on, and then it unclicked it, unselected it. Slobs was eating like 3 of your cores. Grethor, a lot of it too. Streamlabs OBS, a lot of it is focused on their online store. Having spoken with some others that have been using it recently, they've been telling me the same thing, that it still is a lot about the store they built into it. And that does throw a considerable extra weight onto it. But they never really, it seems like Stream Elements never really, or not Stream Elements, but Streamlabs never really optimized the way OBS and way Meld did. So I'm not sure. I will say this for Streamlabs OBS. When it first came out, there were a lot of features in that we were really excited to see. They were making things a lot easier for creators, things that eventually got adopted by OBS and Meld down the line. But when it came to design and ease especially, it really helped. There we go. Shadow, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Welcome in. I think I'm trying a few more complicated setups. A few external programs I'm tying in. Oh, okay. That makes it more complicated, yeah. Meld doesn't have all the same hooks that OBS and all that has. But it's not meant to. It's not meant to. So sometimes you have to find a little more of a creative way in. Their Discord is insanely active, and they have been incredible about building in features when requested by enough people. So if there's something missing that you can't find, Grethor, don't hesitate to jump into Discord and make a suggestion, or plus one a suggestion that's already been made. A lot of stuff got built into Meld that way. Just a few months ago, I couldn't use Meld either. Now I can, just because of how much they built into it, along with some really cool extra features too. Things we'll be playing with up the road. Oh yeah. Oh, this app can export to Godot. Nice. Philly, very nice. All right, let me see. Since it can highlight still missing patterns. Oh, okay. So what you can actually do, let me see, can I select? Use as terrain set image.
Pots in the shadow, pots in the flame. Pots on the table, pots in the game.
Oh, and you can use, okay. All kinds of different patterns are available depending on how you need to set it.
Crash and collide. No place to hide.
So if we're going to set up terrain, let me see here.
Pots on the edge, pots in the air. Pots in the silence, pots in despair. Pots that tremble, pots that dare.
What I'd like to do, fam, is test out this one and see what it does for us.
Crash and collide.
Oh,
No place to hide. The battle inside. Pots of gold, pots of clay, pots that scream, pots that sway, pots that
it's actually grabbing that.
rise, pots that pray.
That's interesting. That's how it's grabbing that set, all 6 like that. I wonder why it's grabbing those too.
No place to hide. The battle inside.
I'll erase that real quick. Because that's what was highlighted for that one. So that's what. I was finding so interesting. Let me get back to World A1 Transparent here. Because instead of grabbing what I had highlighted, it just grabbed that bottom. So we'll have to figure some of that out. I'll agree to that. Setting up a fairly decent streaming build with slobs was super quick and easy. Meld is good, but tying in things like the custom alerts I have, where I combine things, okay. It's Grethor, yeah. You start getting more complex. And Grethor, by the way, if I may, on behalf of the Meld community, if you're doing more advanced stuff and running into problems, please drop some feature requests in the Discord if you've got the time. Because that's the kind of stuff that helps us all out. And I mean all of us. There's so many things I've got in there and requested that we take for granted in OBS because it's built in. But what they're doing is they're creating an absolute solid framework from ground up, building in all their add-ons themselves right now and everything. So because they want to keep it lightweight. And they've done a great job with it. They really have. But there are things missing they need to build in. They'll get there, though. Oh, nice, Skrethor. I'm always down for more Aurora picks. Once I have a process out, I can put the steps. Yeah. Skrethor, please. I have been, everybody that's been using Meld, I have been asking them to please do that. That is so important. If they don't know what's missing, if they don't know what we're still looking for, they have no idea what to build in. And seeing as they've been so responsive and they've built so much in such a short period of time, I know they're pushing to version 1. I understand they're on a bigger push now than they will be going forward, but oh my gosh. They've just been going like gangbusters. And the beta builds have been relatively stable. A couple problems here and there, but nothing massive. They've done a really good job. Okay, back over to this page here. Oh, so this lets you grab an entire pattern. Oh, that makes life easier. Okay. Starting to get the swing of this a little bit, fam. So if you grab a pattern for over on the right-hand side, you can fill it all in. Instead of having to do all those little squares like I was like piecemealing it, basically. That's for when you need to do very specific work. And once you have that, you can go to patterns and switch it up however you need to. Okay. So if I'm going to try doing this a little bit of a different way, fam. If I wanted to, so if we wanted to just do a corner set, oh, I see. Okay, that would highlight an entire corner if we wanted to. Otherwise, we would just do things like this. Oh, interesting. It won't let you just select the corners. It selects the whole thing. Okay. And then just to play around with this a little bit, fam, let me make sure the edge sets do what they're supposed to do. And that's if you were doing an edge set. Okay. In this case, though, these ones look like they were designed to be mixed. Although now, what probably has to happen is those have to be defined as corners, as edges. Okay, let's leave that as it is for the moment. Now what I want to see is I want to see if I can draw with it. And whenever I grab this, it still grabs those 6 from down below. So it's still not grabbing the right spot. There we go. Wrote a map song, except it's more than just the word. Still kind of a banger, though. We'll do it. You know what? We'll probably do it on Sunday. I have a song from Kira in my DMs right now that I haven't had a chance to completely read over yet. I know what it is, though. So we'll do that one then, too. Here in the UK, we got Aurora about a year or so ago. Oh, got a great... Nice. Zake, how are you? By the way, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well and stuff and things. You're a game dev now. Yes. Zake have been for a while. This is what we're working on right now. We're actually working with a new tool today. So I'm learning. So this one's a bit of a struggle bus day. That's okay, though, because we'll learn a lot. I'm learning way more about tiles than I thought I ever would. So, Zake, it's good to see you. What have you been up to? How's everything been? Zake, yes. Yep. Oh, I have 2. I'll take a look at it in a bit. I will need to review said song. I might even be able to review it tomorrow, actually. It was incredibly subtle and you had to know what to look for. Oh, yeah. Zake, any kind of skyborne phenomena? We've been finding that out, too. How well phones actually, like, accentuated all that so you can actually see it. There's a lot of cool pictures that Carrie Ann got. Just going out and like she's aiming her phone at the sky and I can't see anything. I'm like, what are you taking a picture of? And she has an app that actually allows her to line up her phone with wherever the anomaly is and take the picture and see if it can actually get something out on camera. And a lot of times she can. She figures it out with the app, keeps the phone in the same general position, and then takes the picture. It's really cool.
The mage's hand, a dice betrayed. Shot of dust from the pot I made, and Dick, oh Dick, my final friend. You broke the last, how shall I mend? Plug you my pots of destiny. Plug you my comfort and my throne. What happens in the pot, stays in the pot, till you smash it, then I'm alone. My plucking hands, I'll mend you with cork, with fury, with fire.
Okay. Let me see if it'll let me draw with it now. Nope, no matter which one I select, it's still giving me the same image. Okay. So definitely things I'm not doing right, but that's okay. A lot of this boils down to A lot of this is going to boil down to me just getting familiar with it. There's our see-through spots.
In the deepest woods, very far from home, lives an elf named Bleep with her garden gnomes. Now when you visit,
I always start bopping when I hear this song.
knocking away, have a think or three. You see, elves are polite and elves are kind, but they'd rather stay hidden, as you will.
So it picks up things we miss for various reasons, yeah. You can also miss the things we pick up. And without programming, it turns the mood into a spec, yeah.
Why the bleep are you acting
Social media is inundated with the same pick. So the one you take seems less special, yeah. No, I hear ya. Sick, I hear ya.
again? And I swear you'll be on the floor.
A lot of it is just figuring out, fam, really how this works. So what I'm going to do,
You may be wondering why I sing these words, but I speak from experience. Those pointed shoes hurt. Knock once and she'll yell. Knock twice and she'll curse. Knock 3 times, she'll kick you right in your silk purse.
okay, so that's what it uses for the terrain set image, all right?
Why the bleep are you at my door?
Which is fine.
My bleeping slumber again, and I swear you'll be on the floor. Why the bleep are you at my house? Why the bleep are you at my door? Disturb my bleeping slumber again, and I swear you'll be on the floor.
Just want to make sure I selected that right. Okay. But it's still, obviously I'm not selecting these right. So there's got to be more to this that I'm not doing yet. Next to the Terrains tab, there's also a Patterns tab. It can be useful when marking complete sets. Since it can highlight still missing patterns, each pattern which already occurs on a tile, the tile set is darkened. To make the missing pattern stand out, notice though that it is not necessary for a terrain set to have all possible patterns, especially when using more than 2 terrains. Patterns view showing all different possible in the set. Okay. So that shows where corners are coming together. Okay. Editing with the terrain brush. Now you can disable the terrain sets mode by clicking the toolbar button again. Then switch back to the map and activate the terrain sets window. Select the terrain set we have just set up so we can use its terrains. Okay.
Lines connect digitally. Logic hums like falling rain. Every air fuels the brain.
Okay. So it should be allowing me to use that brush right now, and it's not.
If the world's a puzzle, I'll realize
So once again, fam, that's all goes back to my setup.
zeros and ones. My cosmic exchange code is my glow. My endless flow. Building dreams where no
It only wants to use the stamp still. Okay. Again, obviously how I'm setting it up. I wonder if I'm going to need to get in there and get a bit more specific with each set. Because these are animated. These are animated sets. And what I'm thinking. Yeah, just grab the one set for right now. Probably the most common thing the camera catches in our eye that our eyes miss are the reds. Oh, that are near infrared? Yeah. We can see a faint glow, but no color. Camera catches all the color. Okay.
He's alive, got a wicked gleam in his eyes, and the wires are starting to fry. Oh, I just don't know what to do. Are we in time to save you? Say his name as we gather around the grave. This electronic coffin is permanent, right? Oh, he used to be so kind. Now he's a product of their design. Oh, stand of knowledge, why did you agree?
There we go. Switch that over to more of a mix set.
Every single thing that went right. Every single thing that went wrong. He's a ghost in the machine.
Now in this one, the corner's going to be more down in there though.
And the real man can't be seen. Oh, stand of knowledge, why did you agree?
So I'm assuming that
Stand of knowledge, why did you not see?
a set can have more than one terrain in it.
Damage all your music and your art.
So let me try something.
Stand of knowledge is now all torn apart.
We're going to go back to water.
I remember you so well, though they dragged you through hell. I know you still care.
We'll erase the terrain at the moment.
Still there. I remember you so well, though they dragged you through hell. I know you still care. Your gentle eyes and your heart still there.
This is going to be a much trickier one than I originally anticipated. All right, I'm going to try to get a little more sleep. Grethor, rest well. Room was really noisy this morning. It woke me up about, 2 hours sleep. Grethor, get some rest, my friend. We'll catch up with you soon. If nothing else, we're back tomorrow, too. Right about the same time, 2 p.m. Eastern. This time around, though, we're going to be... Normally, we work on music on Thursdays, but because we lost yesterday, tomorrow we'll be working on finishing animating Stanton, because we got to make sure we get that done. Stan's got to make his premiere on Friday night with Phasmo, too, so got to make sure we get him done.
Dreams in code, but his heart beats true. Frames the chaos with a steady you. darkness, his muse, a friend and guide. Through unseen realms where secrets reside. Emori come alive in the glow so dim. A masterpiece born from the edges within.
Okay, now is that accurate? Because that does feed to each corner. Little sis, take a break before you become like your big brother. How's that? Otherwise, it's going to be 9 p.m. You're going to be exhausted. You're going to be asking yourself, why am I so tired this early? And then you're going to remind yourself that you've been up since 5:45 a.m. I blame Carrie Ann. I blame Carrie Ann for all of it. You know why? You know why? Because she's the one that's got me on a semi-human sleep schedule. That's why. I try to follow her sleep schedule as closely as I possibly can. That's what got me up and started getting me up at 6 a.m. I'll tell you what, though, it works. Six times 9 is 72. All of these, I mean, I can figure out the tile shape. Okay, everything, all of these line up for an animation is the idea. This is also, so it's a combination of animation as well as, excuse me, as well as being able to use corners and transparencies and all that. What I have to figure out is how to make this all work properly. The new set will automatically get focused. Give the focus set a recognizable name. Okay. I'm going to read through this just real quick, fam. We generally don't need to define an explicit terrain for empty tiles. If you have tiles transitioning to nothing, it should be enough to not mark those areas. Starting to make a whole lot more sense now. And probably why I'm having so many problems. Okay. Okay, let's take all of these out of here.
He cuts the void, a brush rush of text, each line a spell. What's
Oh, now it's letting me do the separate corners in this.
his stage, a screen, his voice sincere, inventing lands that pull you near. Standing down the shaping stars, building realms, breaking bars, a canvas of code, the future see, creating worlds for hearts in need.
So would this one be better handled than my next question by Edges? It's unusual that it's forcing that.
Cold streams flowing like a midnight tide. Electric whispers in the deep collide. Pixels glow under a neon sky. Dreaming is sick, it's where ideas fly. Build the world, bite by bite. Fingers dancing through the light. Chasing visions on the screen. What's real or just a dream? Blueprints buzz in a violet haze. Every keystroke sets the stage. Fragments shaping a digital dome. Within the wires we make a home. Binary echoes in an endless maze. Fiction forms in the spectrum's blaze. Time dissolves as the bill takes flight. The future breathes in the code tonight. Build the world, bite by bite. Fingers dancing through the light. Chasing visions on the screen. What's real or just a dream? Looping lines hum a perfect sound. Creating magic where none was.
All right, let's see if this time around
A universe crafted with every strike.
it'll let me actually do something with it. We'll find out.
Pulling stories from electric spikes.
Still just a stamp tool. I'm going to have to figure this out. Because it keeps, no matter what I define, it keeps going to just the stamp tool and defaulting to the bottom center position. Blaming my teeny tiny mobile phone speaker or my failing middle-aged hearing. Are you playing Terrain? Terrain. I don't have any train sets right now, unfortunately. Maybe someday. Just got done making queso, a seasoned meat dip. Oh, nice, Shadow. Very, very nice. Rico, thank you. It's good to see you. Welcome in. Windows update that hung up, basically, is what it was. Very long story short. I was very proud of myself. I didn't dwell there today. All I'm going to say is it's a really good thing that I keep excellent backups and that I do keep an eye on my equipment to make sure that I catch these things before they break, at least as much as I can. In this case, I saved my hard drive, so I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. But it's still trying to draw 6 at a time. I wonder why it doesn't want to accept any of that.
Talks to me all day through the soda pop bubbles. You might not understand her, but you'll feel the love double. And the giggle fish goes blah 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 blah. And the giggle fish goes.
I'm going to try something a little bit different, fam. Bear with me a second.
You are love, our love. You are love. She talks to me all day through the soda pop bubbles. You might not understand her, but you'll feel the love double. And the giggle fish goes blah 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 blah. And the giggle fish goes blah 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 blah. You are love. You are love.
Let's try this. Okay. And it's only considering it one. Ooh, maybe this will work. Let's see.
When she opens her mouth, you best say your prayers. Oh, leave me up. She's a
I'll jump out of that. Jump back into our map.
cutting through the sky.
Let me try this one more time.
Like a sailor, yet somehow divine. Bleep the elf, got a mouthful mighty fine. She don't bake cookies or stitch up shoes. She's
Either something I'm missing,
smart aleck fuse with a twinkle in
seeing as this is my first time out with this,
her lips. Even Jamie himself gives her a white skin. Oh, bleep the elf, she's a handful, oh my. Tongue sharper than a blade cutting through the sky.
terrain count 1.
Somehow divine.
So if I
Elf got a mouthful mighty fine.
my guess, fam, is because of some of the animations on these, that's what's causing the problem. This could be something as simple, fam, as how the sheets are set up and all that, too. Let me try this. Yeah. Yep. What I think I'm going to do. Open Filer project. Let's get our music back to our nuts, shall we?
Nuts, 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 nuts.
Please don't. Just glad you're back. Oh no, Rico,
Nuts,
outside of the fact that we missed the stream yesterday, that's really the only thing I've got to be grumpy about. And I'm not going to get grumpy about it because so much got done yesterday. The Canon document that I've been talking about on and on and on, it's done. It's in the hands of the team now. They're reviewing it, and we're going to talk about it during the meetings this week. That's my big excitement. I also got to do a second revision of that while I was taking the time to restore everything on the computer. So since I was sitting here waiting for things to reload, I finished that up too. Definitely another lemons in a lemonade kind of day. No problem. No problem. Well, yeah. Shadow, what happens with solid states is that they keep getting rewritten to, especially in the same spot, over and over and over and over again. It breaks them. Bottom line. Destroys the memory. I caught it before it had been too much of a problem, thankfully. But, yeah, it can do that for sure. How was it, Kara? Was it an exciting 18-page read? It is really nice to get it in the hands of everybody so you can all see what I'm thinking and what some of the canon is and how we're going to build it out from there. Especially for Kara, especially for somebody like yourself, where we're going to be doing a lot of the writing of the scripting, and all that together. We need to make sure we're solid on what we're doing and agree on, you know, what the canon's going to be so we can build the rest of it out. I'm going to see if I can actually open up, let's see, sample game project.
Want some heat of bass?
In a village where silence is sacred. One house. Drop the bass.
Everyone whispers, tiptoes, and prays. Curtains drawn tight for those silent days. But down on the end where the glow sticks ignite lives a house that raves through the night. 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, bow! Quiet down, they plead and shout. But Bob just yells, let's wub it out!
Neighbors cringe, they duck and sob.
Too late now, you've triggered Bob. Owns, 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 owns.
Owns, 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 owns. Bob's the house that don't stop. Front porch rises with a midnight drop. Windows
Oh.
plans to stop.
Okay, let me try something here.
Deep with a midnight thump. again.
Now it's time to drop the word.
Who's the house? Who won't stop? Who won't stop? Who got banned from neighborhood watch?
Ons, 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 ons.
Bob's the house that breaks the peace. Throws a party with the centerpiece. Glow stick stew and bass souffle. He built a club where music.
There we go.
He's wired up and doorbell proud. His mailbox speeches drew a crowd. Bring your shades and brace your socks. BYOB to Bob's, he unlocks paradox.
Please enjoy your stay in the quiet village.
Unless you're Bob.
The Ballad of Dick Charming.
Here's Kara's song.
A mighty foe came to the
This makes me wonder, fam, looking at this other tile set, this is designed to work with tiled.
across the land, treating everyone like a plaything. He
This is where that converter comes in that I downloaded.
disrupted,
Because look at this file as compared to the others.
he disrupted bowel
And I just thought of this. There was a converter that I downloaded, and they talk about how MZ doesn't always automatically play nicely with tiled.
went across
And looking at these tiles, that's why I loaded this up. I'm wondering if this is really the problem.
was left untouched. It was mass hysteria. A man wondered in heeding the mighty call. A charming dick came to release us from the pig's thrall. The land had a need to be freed from this fiend from Guinea. Dick got up and came into the rift. He couldn't leave those in need.
This turned out so good. It turned out so good.
Aliens weren't friends. They enforced their support and initiated an escort mission. And he was the escort. Dick was first joined by the mage, which increased his luck. Next, he broke down the defenses of the archer, full of pluck. They saved a quiet village and managed to not kick the bucket. They traveled across the lands, determined not to miss it. One last companion to find before the final showdown, to release her from her cold reception. Flames raise the town.
All right, let's see if it will let me.
There was just one challenge left to face. They traveled together to the imposing castle to blast that pig into space. The land had a need to be freed from this fiend from Guinea. Dick got up and came into the rift. He couldn't leave those in need adrift. His companions weren't friends. They enforced their support and initiated an escort mission.
Still won't use the terrain bush. Okay. Obviously, fam, I have some things here I got to figure out. It's off to a good start, but it's not. Not doing what it needs to be doing just yet.
Companions weren't friends. They enforced their support and initiated an escort mission. And he was the escort.
Oh,
Dick. Charming.
Let's get back to our map here real quick.
Neon wheels are spinning fast. Tiny feet, a blur
It's all in how I'm setting these up. So I need to figure out
in a world of chrome and flash.
Circuits hum, the gears align. Little warriors, they define a revolution. Wheeling
so this whole section right through here, I guess. Yep, still can't use it yet. It'll pick up the part of the base image if you use the stamp, but not the actual terrain brush. So still got some work to do there, fam. I'm just making a new line base by sketching over the first one. Oh, tweaking your paths as you go. I'll be excited to see the next photos on it. I really like what you had done so far with it when you posted that other picture. Oh, the Russian ballad? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hearing a lot of people making music that sounds like something on Fallout. All but blowing up your TikTok? Yeah. A lot more Suno is popping up. A lot more Suno is popping up. Need to figure out how to use this, though. Otherwise, it's going to be a no-go. Excuse me, fam. Oh, we have ads starting in a minute. Well, okay then. Fam, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take a breather and step away from this real quick and see if we can't figure out what else we need to do here. And fam, I'll say it again. It's all in how I'm setting this up. And I know that. I know that. I just need to figure it out. So fam, I'm going to step away real quick. Ads are about to run on Twitch. So we'll go ahead. We'll take a 3-minute break. We'll let the ads run. I'm going to step away myself, grab a little bit more to drink and stretch my legs. That way, if you're stuck in ads, you're not going to miss any part of the stream, fam. When the ads are done, we're going to come back. We're going to see if we can't figure out the rest of this terrain brush. So everybody, please don't go away. All right, family. We are back. All right. I have decided for hour 3, I'm going to step off the struggle bus. And what we're going to do is I'm going to dig in some more of these folders real quick and see. I'm going to actually do this while I'm on the big screen, fam. I'm going to dig and see if I can find an actual map file for this in their sample folders. That's what I was looking for before and I couldn't find, because that would solve a lot of our problems, because then I could look at how they do it and get a better idea. So I'm going to take a look real quick. And fam, I know I'm on the big screen. I'm on the big screen on purpose. I'm taking a look at a couple of things here. And fella, you ended up with one solid line? That's excellent, if that's the case. All right, let's see. Stock images, stock video. All right. Tiled sample project. I am looking for... Oh. Okay. Maybe this will give me a better idea. Fam, let me jump out to the big screen so you can see what I'm up to. The shared doc thing. Oh, you mean Workflowy? Is that the one you're referring to, sis? If that's the case, yeah. The answer is yes. Yes. It's especially when we start getting even heavier into the game design and all that, being able to send each other notes back and forth. Well, pretty much anything. The fact that you can just infinite buried lists, basically, yeah. Massive advantage for breaking stuff down. Turning it into to-do lists and all that does make life a lot easier. Because it's done in layers, it just puts the wall right over top of it. But it does work as it should. Excuse me, fam. Allergies are starting to take over again. Yay! So what I need now... Now that I can see it and see it working properly with the terrain brush, which actually looks like a great tool. Aha. Okay, this is what I was looking for, fam. Take a look at this. Found it. This is what it's looking for, not what I've been giving it. So that's what we'll need to fix. So if I go back up into this, anything that's empty, you leave it alone. Okay. Let's see if I can figure this one out. Let me see what it did on. Oh, if it's completely okay. If it's completely full, they fill it except for the empty spaces. Got it. Let me actually get rid of that now because I don't need that anymore. That I'm going to keep closed for now. So actually, that whole set should be highlighted, though. The difference is these aren't animated tiles, and I think that's part of the problem, too. So the trick would be, let me actually just take this all right out of there. Let's just highlight one for right now. We'll do a mix set. I'll just fill these right in. Huh. All right, I'm going to try something else completely different here. Again, fam, I think a lot of this is how this map is set up. I'm going to try one other thing here. There we go. Now, compared to the other one, anything in the middle doesn't get highlighted. Okay. So if I want to add one in, well, actually, I can just leave that right like it is. Will it let me erase the terrain? Out of the middle. It's only if it's a mixed set. Oh, yeah. It's wonderful, sis. It's wonderful. And you can keep using the free one and then migrate over to the paid one. Oh, yeah. If you find you need it. If you find you need it. Oh, yeah. I dove in because it was a business expense and I knew how much we were going to need it. Elfie was the one. Thank Elfie, by the way. Elfie is the one that found that for us. Elfie is the one that found Workflowy. Fantastic and expensive, simple to use. Eventually, we'll need to get into bigger stuff, I know, but for now, it's perfect. It really is. Okay, so with all of these clearly defined, all right, I'm going to check something else out here. Oh, okay. So solid ones like that, keep it right. Oh, okay. That is making more sense. Except those inside corners, okay. All right, let's see if I can duplicate this. Let me see how much it'll let me erase here. starting to get the swing of this a little bit, fam. At least I think I am. I hope so. We'll find out. Because what it wants to know is how to draw the dirt. So that's what we've got to give it. I do really appreciate, fam, how it gives you a full view. This does make that part of it a whole lot easier. What we've got to highlight is we've got to highlight the dirt and leave all the green alone, basically. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Okay, so we have that. Okay. We'll call this grass 2. Fam. Starting to figure it out. Not perfect. Now, the only thing that keeps happening is it keeps trying to throw those in there. So I'm going to look and see what I did. But bottom line, we've got it working. It was all about the map. That's why we were having so much trouble, fam. The tile set I was trying to use was not set up for that. And now I know what I must do. Oh, man. Of an expected 3 lines, you ended up with 2. Beginner? Beginner? You don't say, Felly. You be a beginner over there, I'll be a beginner over here. So, and then once you use the terrain brush with all that, you can come back in and touch it up if you need to. We'll just build a wall in the middle of the map, just like this. Okay, and sometimes, this is what I wanted to find out, fam. Is if sometimes the terrain brush makes mistakes just on its own, and it does. It does, so. If you slow down and take your time a little bit in here, fam, it will start to wipe some of those out. And then for nitty gritty type of stuff, there we go. I was going to say, just grab the tile and then you can fill it right in. And do whatever else you need to do. But now we have it figured out. I just had the wrong type of tile set. That's really all it was. Now we've got the right type of tile sets in there. Now it's different. And that's what that conversion tool was for. Fam, just to let you all know, I was working with a conversion tool on last Thursday night. The dev team was watching me try to make it work, and it was not switching everything over the way it was supposed to. Basically, what it's designed to do is take your maps out of your game, put them in a format that Tiled can understand, and then you can actually go in and edit it. Because those aren't set up that way right now, I can't do any of that in Tiled. Eventually, we will be able to, though. Just going to take a little bit of time for me to get that all converted over, and then we'll kind of figure it out from there. Wednesdays have been my most productive days. Oh, sis, you're welcome. I'm glad I can help. There we go. All right, fam, no ads or anything like that. I just need to step away real quick. I will be right back. If you're wondering where I'm going, I'm actually going outside to fire off 5 bottle rockets to celebrate me figuring this out. All right, fam. Well, now that I've gotten some of that down, let me get myself back up on screen real quick. We're going to take a look. We'll jump out here. And that's the big deal. These tiles, fam, I'll say this again, are set up to be animated. So I wonder how, since we're in this file, hang on a second. Let me see how they reconciled some of this. This is what I want to see.
He's the spark in the static, the fire in the air, with a golden voice and a style so rare. From the rift to the skyline.
Okay. Oh, and these are all labeled as animated, though. So this is something I have yet to learn. This is what I wanted to look at. That's part of probably what's confusing this engine, too. Is the animation side. So I'll have to figure that out. And it's going to be something very important for me to understand anyway. Because this already has those maps already already set up. So if I wanted to, let me do this. So for this, could I... actually, let me try this before I put this away completely. Because those are all part of the same animation. I'll worry about those. Or that frame. I'll worry about the other stuff later. What I want to try, though...
So when the dark feels heavy and the hours run long, tune in to Stanton.
Okay, so we have that water, and I guess that's the closest I can get to that one. So we'll give that a try. We'll label this water 3 and just see what we get. All right, well, at least now it's trying. Not quite what I was hoping for, but it's at least trying. Again, a lot of it is about the, I think, the format that the engine requires. Would not be surprised in the slightest. Feels like it's trying to be a little extra random, though. Yesterday, weather was wild here. We had one tornado touchdown. Oh, wow. Shadow. Holy cow. Let me make sure I didn't put anything inadvertently on this anywhere. Okay. One of the things, fam, I'm going to have between now and next week, when I'm hoping to do our first true map building stream in this engine, I have two main things I'm going to try to figure out. One is making sure that I have the brush system figured out and the tiles converted properly. The other is figuring out animations and making sure those go the way they're supposed to, too. I just have a lot to learn. But this engine will be worth it by the time we're done, so... But yeah, when you come out to hearing all that and see what the differences are, and it shows you why that draw is so much better too. That makes perfect sense. Okay, so I can get rid of this. Do I want to save it now? Nope, discard it. Oh, I see what's going on. Why did I leave that like that? Okay, let me fix this. Okay, that's all included. That should all be included. That should all be included. I know what that is. Okay. I'll leave that be for now. All right. Let me see if Grass 2 will actually work a little bit better now. Let me get that out of there. Let me save this. Now it's working properly. What I like about this brush is it automatically randomizes, and that makes life so much easier. Let's see here real quick. Watertown Borderless. Holding down shift will give you an appropriate straight line wherever you want to put it. All right, let me do that instead. The only thing about the terrain brush that I'm not sure about right now is you can't actually use it to fill anything. Because if you try to use the fill, it defaults back to the ground. Okay. So that brush is designed to remain independent. but it is working properly. Now we just have to figure out how to get the tiles we want into the engine so we can do what we want to do with it. That's the whole idea. My biggest obstacle was, again, I was trying to just grab a file out of the engine, a stock file, and that wasn't going to work, so. Now that we have the right files to work with, and now that I know how to label them, that's a big step forward. But again, I really appreciate how it just dials this stuff in. That's all the heavier stuff. Let me get out of that for the time being, and can I just... Water town, water miscellaneous. Let me see. Oh, that's this one. Okay. So that's that one redone. All right. That'll give me a pretty good idea then. Okay. Fam, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. There we go, fam. We're back. Sorry about that. All right. Let's see here. So we have all these different kinds of water, some of which is... Oh. Same thing duplicated 3 times. But they have these ones animated.
Hey there, Baldy. Put down that head wax and take a look at chat.
Thank you, sis. Still on the big screen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see what we got. All right. I might have just figured something else out. I just figured out animation. All right. There we go. Now it's all starting to come together. Now I'll have some stuff. Now I have a basis for all the experimenting and everything I need to do tomorrow morning. I'm going to be spending a lot of time tomorrow morning learning this, fam. But there's the animation. Just drag them over. That's all it is. Set the frame duration. And that'll show you how fast it's going to go. So if you don't like that, if you want it to run longer, and you can choose the length of each frame too, which is really nice. Well, there we go. Wheat. Oh, man. Stephen King wrote a version of Hansel and Gretel with Maurice Sendak. So Maurice Sendak of Where the Wild Things Are. I'm assuming. Oh, Where the Wild Things Are. Oh, there we go. Okay. I looked over too soon, apparently. That's very cool. That's very cool. All right, so that is so cool. That is so cool.
Pots in the shadow, pots in the flame. Pots on the table, pots in the game.
So now I should be able to
Crash and collide. No place to hide.
all you do is grab the first frame, click the camera, and just start dragging these over in the order you want them to be. And it gives you that little animation right in the corner. That is so fantastic.
Pots on the edge, pots in the air. Pots in the silence, pots in despair. Pots that tremble, pots that dare.
Carrie Ann's unsolicited doc pics. Get your wood wet. Hello, love. Are you home?
Crash and collide. No place to hide.
I'm going to finish animating this, fam, and then I'm going to just give this a quick test. See if I can figure this out.
The battle inside.
So we'll grab this one first. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay. Oh, in your car out front. Just couldn't wait to get inside. Fam, if you're wondering, this is how we say, hi, honey. Hi, honey. I'm home. I'm home. All right. Now that we have that, now that these are properly animated, can I also set them up to do terrain? I'm guessing not because of how it's set up, but we shall see. Give me a mix set. Give me that pattern all the way across. Okay. Pretty basic set. Let me do this though. All right, I just made a basic water set. I'm going to take it back out to the map and see how it does with maybe a little bit of animation and a lot less confusion. Yeah, it doesn't have enough pieces to do what it needs to do, is the problem. It's really trying, but at least it's animated. And the other thing I can say for that, let me see if I can can I now so I could draw individual tiles if I wanted to. But it doesn't, okay. And this is a tile collision problem again. So I've got animation figured out. The big problem, fam, is there's not enough tiles in this set to give the engine all the information it needs. That's all this is. So not a big struggle bus moment, fam, just... Again, things not in the right format. I just snooze the ads and loves, by the way, so they don't play again. But what we'll need to do is I'm going to need to get in there and make sure that the tile sets we want to use are in the right set. And then we'll be able to use them within this engine. And then after we've built our first map, the next big struggle is going to be getting it ported back into the engine and making sure the plugin works properly. A lot of this is going to be about converting maps over, which is not world ending. Okay, we're going to have to basically, because I wanted to build out new maps for this anyway. So this will definitely be the way to go for sure. Felly, it does. It does. And that's, as I started to struggle with this, I started to think about that. Because one of the tools I downloaded but ended up ultimately not using because it wasn't working right was a converter. So what the converter does, you install the plugin, you run your game, And what it's supposed to do is you set up these folders for it, and it's supposed to dump all of your maps into that folder so that it can be converted over to the other style. So it can be converted over to what you can use in tiled is the idea. So you can edit it in tiled. You can use the plugin from Stella to do whatever you need to do with it. You're good to go. The problem is that particular plugin wouldn't pull the maps down for some reason. And I'm not sure why. So that's going to be something we're going to have to figure out. But now that we have a grip on some more basics, now that I understand why I was struggling with certain things and why I wasn't struggling with others. And again, it was all in how those sheets were set up. There's just not enough information in those sheets, as you figured out too. There's just not enough information in those sheets for this engine to do what it needs to do. The engine that's within RPG Maker is, I want to say, a little more simplistic, where this is a lot more advanced. So I can understand that. The tough part now is going to be, again, converting the maps over so you can use them in tiled. But we'll figure that out. I'm going to have I have tomorrow morning, and I'm going to dedicate pretty much all day Friday to game dev so that I can kind of get caught back up, because I've spent so much time on the Canon document. And I've been chomping at the bit to play with some of these new toys, because I know how much better the game is going to be as a result of us pushing ourselves a little bit in this direction. So, all right. So fam, what we're going to do, we're going to go find somebody to raid into. Those of you on YouTube, right off the bat, I want to say thank you to all of you for being here with us today. We will be back tomorrow, actually. But we're going to be on the DICR channel this time, and we're going to be working on the finalization of animating Stanton, who is our main DJ for that radio station. So fam, again, we'll be here starting at 2 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be over on the DICR YouTube channel. Link is in the description. But until I get to see you all then, YouTube, much love.